Us like I expected. The Golden State Warriors went into the Target Center and dominated the Timberwolves. But are the Warriors truly that good? Or did the Timberwolves just get caught off guard? Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Swiss Culture. Something surprising happened early in Game 1 between the Timberwolves and Warriors. Stephen Curry started grabbing his thighs in the second quarter and had to leave the game. Later, we found out he was dealing with a hamstring strain, which could keep him out for anywhere from one game to the rest of the series. We're still waiting for MRI results, but Curry's return could make or break the Warriors' chances in this series. So how did Golden State manage to beat a healthy Timberwolves team with only one day of rest and no Curry? And can they keep this up without him for the rest of the series? Clearly, one team was more focused than the other. Let's dive into how this series could play out without Curry. We'll also explore how the Houston series might have prepared the Warriors for going up against Ant-Man. But before we get into all that, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Swiss Culture for the best NBA analysis and entertainment on the planet. There's also a surprising development with the Warriors. Coach Steve Kerr believes the team needs Buddy Hield in the starting lineup to succeed, even with Curry out. He's putting the pressure on Hield to step up and become a defensive force.
I mean, Buddy certainly doesn't have a reputation as a top defensive player, but
he's changing that
I was
right
gonna
now.
say,
Yeah, he's a stop. Buddy is our stop.
Surprisingly, Buddy Hield, who was tasked with guarding Anthony Edwards, has not only stepped up to the challenge, but also delivered big time.
Strong, he's quick. He can stay in front of people. I thought he did a really good job both on Jalen Green and Van Vliet, during the Houston series. And, he's going to have to guard Ant some in this series, which is as big a challenge as there is.
Edwards, who took 22 shots to score 23 points while also pulling down 14 rebounds in 42 minutes, had a rough first half. Buddy Hield, on the other hand, also struggled in the first half, missing his first 8 field goal attempts, but ended up with 24 points on 19 shots and grabbed 8 rebounds in 40 minutes of play. Hield has always been an intriguing player. He's often criticized for his defense and for playing fast but lacking control. He started his Warriors career with a strong resume, even making it into the MVP top 10 earlier in the season with his incredible shooting, hitting 44% of his three-pointers in his first 15 games. While he's faced challenges since then, he might be starting to find his form again, becoming the player the Warriors were surprised to find for such a bargain despite his earlier struggles. Mid-season, Coach Kerr kept Hield in the rotation as a shooting threat to help create spacing for players like Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, and more recently, Jimmy Butler. Now, with an interesting off-court dynamic between Hield and Butler, the team chemistry seems to be improving, making the Warriors even more dangerous over time.
You got to make sure he got his joy back, because somehow he lost his joy. We're not going to say where he lost his joy, but somehow he lost his joy.
Why do you keep doing this? Do you even know what these are called? What are they called?
2 fingers.
This pretty much locks in Hield as the team's starting small forward for the time being. Actually, scratch that. They'll likely slide into the shooting guard spot with Curry's recent injury.
sources tell me that Stephen Curry underwent an MRI this morning and he has been diagnosed with a grade 1 left hamstring strain. The Warriors expect him to miss at least 1 week, and this is the first muscle strain of Stephen Curry's NBA.
There wasn't a specific moment when Curry's injury occurred, but at one point, he grabbed his hamstring and signaled to the bench for a substitution. He still managed to make a great play that led to a basket, forcing the Timberwolves to call a timeout. That's when Curry exited the game and went to the locker room. He was later diagnosed with a left hamstring injury and would not return. The Warriors are waiting for an official grade of the injury to know whether it'll keep him out for 1 or 2 games, or possibly closer to 2 weeks. At the time of his injury, the Warriors were up by 10 points and had plenty of momentum, while the Timberwolves were struggling offensively, scoring only 11 points in the second quarter. Without Curry, the Wolves could have found themselves in a blowout situation, but the injury didn't spark the same panic as others might have. Coach Steve Kerr ended up using 7 players off the bench, including Jonathan Kuminga and Pat Spencer, both of whom gave solid minutes. But were the Timberwolves just that bad, or was something else at play? For one, they had an extended rest after beating the Lakers with an entire week off, which likely threw off their rhythm. On the other hand, the Warriors had just faced an aggressive, physical Rockets team, and that playoff-like intensity probably prepared their younger players for the tough matchup with Minnesota. Even though Curry only played a few minutes, his presence was enough to show how much Klay Thompson and the rest of the team would need to step up in his absence. Defensively, the Warriors have been the top team in the league since adding Jimmy Butler, and that showed against the Timberwolves, who had the 7th-ranked defense this season but only managed 88 points in Game 1. While I won't give all the credit to Golden State's defense, it's clear they were well prepared for this matchup. Going forward, with Curry out, expect some changes in the rotations. Kerr will have a tough task ahead, especially given the Warriors' past struggles without Curry. Don't expect the Timberwolves to come out flat in Game 2. In fact, expect it to be the toughest challenge the Warriors have faced since the playoffs began. Minnesota's Chris Finch has specifically said that everything starts with Anthony Edwards.
You mentioned kind of the energy, the spirit starts with Ant. Is that something that you and he talk about maybe ahead of Game 2 now?
No, I mean, what is there to talk about? I mean, you're the leader of the team, and you got to come out and sit.
The Warriors may have stolen a crucial Game 1 on the road, but the Timberwolves aren't just going to roll over. With an experienced playoff team like Minnesota, they'll definitely come back with a response, and it could be a tough one for Golden State, especially without Curry. Steph has always been the lifeline when the Warriors are down by double digits, but now they have to figure out how to fight back without him. In the upcoming games, I expect Coach Kerr to focus on shooting and ball handling in the starting lineup. It might seem like a good time to bring Quinton Post into the mix, but his minutes have dropped lately, and he didn't even attempt a shot in Game 1. He's simply not a great matchup for Rudy, as he's outmatched in size, skill, and experience. Looking at the rotation, we could see a starting lineup with Pods, Buddy, GP2, Jimmy, and Draymond. However, Kerr might consider starting Moses Moody at the 3 instead of GP2, since Moody struggled in Game 1, and Kerr might want to see more from him before putting him in that role. Another player to watch is Pods. He struggled in Game 1, but with the team lacking ball handlers, Kerr might need to lean on him more. Otherwise, the Warriors could be relying on Spencer, who at 28 and mostly G-League experience, still brings toughness to the team when needed. If he keeps playing well, his role could grow in this series. Jonathan Kuminga, meanwhile, might be stepping up. Although he only played 13 minutes in Game 1, that's a good sign compared to the 6 minutes he played in Game 7 against the Rockets. He's capable of impacting the game but needs to be more aggressive. If the Warriors lose Game 2, it won't be the end of the world, but winning would send a clear message to both the Timberwolves and the other teams in the playoffs. They've made their statement now. It's up to Minnesota to respond. What are your thoughts on Game 1? Were the Timberwolves caught off guard, or are they just not up to par? Can they bounce back and give the Warriors a challenge, or will they fall short without Steph? And what's your ideal starting lineup for Golden State moving forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.